Welcome, YouTube. Part 4. We are getting there. We are just like having a ball with this. There's just so much to do. There was just so much involved in this project. When I first saw this on eBay, I looked at it and I go, you know, it's a projector. Wow, I mean, what's involved in a projector, right? You've got a light bulb, you've got a sound head, you've got a motor. How hard could it be? But I tell you, these are unbelievable. I mean, I've never dealt with anything like this. I've done projection before, but 16 millimeter, nothing this scale. This is a truly magnificent beast. Anyway, here we are, part 4. We are at the point where we can now run film. I've set up a temporary film loop, and we've got our audio going. You can hear. That's working good. So, let's do a little demonstration as to what we've got going on here now. We have rigged up our handheld remote. It's all over the floor. And we're waiting for the control box to arrive so that we can pack all of this in a control box. Half of the components here are wrong anyway. All the switches that I've got wired up here right now pretty much are just temporaries. These are permanent, but I mean, these are all not permanent. I don't like these. And I don't like these. But anyway, it makes everything work for now. So we'll start with the running of the film. First of all, we want to switch this over to Dolby SR, actually, because we want sound off the film. We're going to be reading off of the analog reader because the Dolby digital reader's not hooked up yet. That's next. But we got the analog reader going, and we'll start that up. Darwin, Chucky, Johnny, Phil and Bill, Debbie, Susie, Angelica. Starring Eliza, Tommy, Darwin, Chucky, Johnny, Phil and Bill, Debbie. Yeah, so that's got that going pretty good. Turn this off here. There. The setup on these readers is a pretty particular thing, so I'm learning slowly. The intensity of the LED has a lot to do with the quality of the sound coming out of it. So when I first fired this thing up, it howled like a dog. And I freaked out because I didn't know what was going on with it. So underneath this thing, underneath the projector there, I've got the two boards that control the power for the LEDs. So on the boards there is a little potentiometer. And I turned it down, I guess, turned it way down, and the noise went away. Anyway, so I got the noise problem dealt with. So after that, I was able to get a signal out of it, and then I was able to play around with that little dial and figure out that where it's so particular too. A little tiny turn makes a pretty big difference on the sound impact. So I had to play around with that quite a bit to get it to play both tracks. Anyway, left and right are working decently on this, and I'll show you other stuff. One thing I didn't show you last time, which I wanted to show you, was I have a jog button. So I can just... Oh, make it sound really stupid. But yeah, I can jog the film through, check alignments, check tracking, things like that. So yeah, I have a jog button. My fail-safe, I'll show you this little lamp here. If I trip the fail-safe, that lamp goes out. So this fail-safe I had to be really particular with, because I learned that these things will chew your film. a good spot? Okay. Come on, focus. There you go. These little wheels, this one here in particular, and this one, act like there's a little sharp edge on there. And that acts like a little guillotine. And if this thing's not perfectly aligned, it shreds film like I've never seen it. Anything so weird to do before. First time I ran this together with film in it, it created a little ball of fluff back in here. I thought it was like a caterpillar got loose. All kinds of fluff. It clogged up the whole back end in there. So, yeah. You guys at home doing your 35mm installs, just keep that in mind. Align that thing really well. Okay, so what else we got here? We have... this is Dowser. Yeah, this is the Dowser control. So now we have Dowser control. We have our... block the lens now. Flatten scope, of course, like we showed you before. So that's flat, that's out. So now we want scope. Oh, and it's not working right now. Why not? Oh, that's not working. Yeah, these wires get jiggled around quite a bit while I've been having this out. So until I get it locked down and tucked away, things tend not to work here and there. But anyway, work lamp, of course that works. And our jog, start, stop. Oh, the lens turret. This is the one big thing I just sort of really enjoy watching. Yeah, I love that, you know. It's just so cool. Oh, and every now and now it misfires. Like that. Okay. We'll get that going a lot better, I'm sure. There you go. Thank you. So, yeah, it's probably just an oil thing, because this thing's dry in a lot of areas still. So we got that going. Ooh. And what else? I think that's pretty much everything. We got the lamp. I have a switch here for the lamp and the motor. The lamp right now, I've just got a bulb hanging off the back to signify the lamp, just to show that it's working. And the motor is just tied to this take-up stand motor in the back. So when you turn that on, it just fires that outlet up to fire a motor up. So, yeah. So, yeah, we've gotten this quite nicely far along. And I want to address a couple of comments that I had from a couple of people about this. And I guess the comment would be like, well, why? Why do this? Why get into 35mm film? Well, you know, if someone's going to be shallow enough to ask a question like that, I'll never be able to answer it, because you'll never understand. The mechanics of film was with us for over 100 years. It developed us as a society. I mean, it's just not something you can just roll up into a ball and just toss into a drawer. I mean, this thing had such a profound effect on a lot of us. And this particular projector, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I sort of got into this particular one, this Victoria 5, is because it's, you know, even though it's big, I mean, it's a good sized projector, and it weighs 160 pounds, I might add. It's not as big as some of the others. There's Centuries out there. There's your Christie's and things like that. These are much bigger than this, and it would have taken up the entire living room. So, and I can work with this. It's just a unit. I can just, you know, mount down. So, yeah, the logic behind it, and it's the technology. A lot of thought and engineering went into this, creating this. And this particular projector in itself is the last evolution of 35mm projectors before they shut everything down. So it's got the latest and greatest and the best of everything on it. Okay, so having said all that, I did a lot of research, a ton of research into this setup, into 35 millimeter in particular, since I've never really been exposed to it all that much. And during that research, I came across a lot of 16 millimeters. So, yeah, yeah. Found this on eBay about a week and a half ago. And it was one of these units where it was just the right price. You know, you come across auctions, you say, oh, how can you say no to this? I paid $150 US for this. And it's brand spanking new. I mean, I'm still peeling off, you know, little protector things and things like this. Like, I'm sure it's got the protector still on it. And it's brand new. This is an Iki SSL1. Can I get that? Come on, focus on that thing. It's an S. Can't even focus on it. There you go. SSL1CM. The CM, I'm pretty sure, stands for Canadian Military, because this projector came to me from a lot of 36 projectors. From what I've been able to determine about this, it was purchased by the Canadian Military and was sold out of an auction out of Edmonton. If you also own a SSO1 CM, chances are you bought it from a guy in British Columbia and it came to you new in a box. This particular one was the only one that was out of the box. So I doubt if he tested it really to the best of his ability, but it's brand new. When I got it, I really doubt if any film had ever been run through this. And if you're going to get a 16 millimeter projector, this particular brand is one of the best ones you could hope to get, because these things are just built so sweet. So, and it runs great. I mean, it just... Can't see the picture, but but it's so quiet. I mean, it's just... I got this, you know...
We live in a difficult world.
It runs so quiet. And it's just such a nice piece of precision projection equipment that, I was really glad to sort of, if you're gonna explore 16 millimeter, then this would probably be one of the nicer ways to do it. So yeah, YouTube, we've been busy again as usual, and I've got to show you one more thing: the screen that I just projected onto. I just finished this, 2 or 3 days ago now. Yeah, it's a little weird looking, but I'll show you what's behind here. This is a tripod from a telescope. And I scored this months ago at a flea market. The guy who sold it to me saw me looking at it and promptly gave me the most ridiculous price he could think of on it to get it out of his store, because apparently it had been sitting there for quite a while. Who wants a telescope tripod after all? So I made a special adapter to fit the mount on it, and I hooked a screen on it, and it's just beautiful. It's a 39 by 72 inch screen, which is, I believe, is an 82 inch diagonal. And yeah, that came out pretty good. Happy with that. So, yeah. Other than that, just, oh yeah. That was my other little expenditure at the flea market that day. When I bought the tripod. I saw this sitting there for $40. And I said, well, for $40, I'll play with it. It does work. It's been through the ringer. It came out of an college or something, and it's been, it's been abused. It's been beat up. I'm sure it's been dropped a couple times, but it still works, kinda, a little. It ran for about an hour before it seized up on me, so that's not too bad. But yeah, just a couple of little acquisitions here and there. Couple, anyway. So, YouTube, thank you for joining me again. Thanks for watching. And, we'll obviously keep going on this until we can watch a movie. Watch anything. We're very close. We have a new take-up motor coming. Found one out of Florida. Should be here in a few days, and I will be regenerating the take-up motor that I had. I'll salvage the spindle and clutch out of it and rework it into a new take-up motor for this, and we'll get the take-up going. Yes, YouTube, thanks for watching.